62 now.
This is Twan over here, and this is your old neighborhood, the neighborhood hero right here, Chino. Back to your host, JK, the man of the hour, J Notes. Get it right down, shake your head with it. There you go. Let's start the show. JK story time.
I got a theme song too, oh.
I'm gonna add your own superhero thing to it too. Dun 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 dun. JK story time. Got your own uplift.
Ooh. We're looking for outside in. Oh, that one hit me hard. That one hit me. But it's Tuesday, so I just got done arguing with Jamie ass. And I'm like, fuck that. I gotta walk to work because I know Chris ain't gonna get off by the time I need to get in. So, I put on my Adidas instead of my work shoes because I know if I walk outside with them work shoes, my feet are getting wet the fuck up in 2 seconds. So I put on my Adidas. So I walk outside, walking with an umbrella, walking. I look at the time. I'm like, I need to cut through my shortcuts so I can get to work. So I'm walking. I'm right by the movie theater, about to walk down the dirt road. Right before I got by the movie theater, that whole little road was flooded. You know how it gets flooded when the rain's heavy, those big puddles on the side of the curb? Mm-hmm. That shit took the whole fucking street. And I'm like, God damn.
Nigga, I hope you had your water boots on.
So I'm walking, and right when I'm walking, I wasn't paying attention to it till the last minute. There was a truck. One of those, how people jack up their truck? Jack up the pickup trucks, like a Ram 1500, throw some big ass tires on that bitch and be rolling around talking about mud. I like to ride in dirt mud. Motherfucker, rednecks like that. And right when I noticed what it was about to do, I'm like, doom. Oh no. Like I had to step out my body for a second. It was like, I'm about to be like, son, we about to get fucked up, son. Like, my body freezes because right when I said, oh no, I looked at the corner of my eye, that nigga must have been lining me up, son. He was like he saw me and he started speeding up. He was like, I'm like, oh no.
That's all you can say, isn't it?
Yes, because I know what he was about to do. Wow. He rolled right by me, and right when he rolled right by me, I had a tidal wave coming on me, like, so I was like, oh no.
That nigga was standing there like, you son of a bitch.
I wanted to just blow his fucking car up, but I had nothing to blow it up with.
I don't snipe his ass, dog. I had to take them all out the game.
I was just looking at him like, motherfucker, shit.
Oh, no!
I am gonna beat your ass.
I never heard some funny shit in my life.
But, so my pants is already soaked, but it's not drenched. So I walk down the dirt road and cut through the woods. My dumb ass should have known. I know cutting through the woods, there's these big ditches where I know when it rains heavy, water flow comes through and it could get deep as hell. I knew it, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm not in a good mood. Niggas flash me. I'm heated. Walking in the rain, I'm double heated. And Jamie fucking with me and think this shit is a fucking game, so I'm triple heated. But I walk by this one ditch and I'm measuring it up because it's too big wide across for me just to do a quick hop step over. Like I had to back up and catch some speed and Superman leap across the bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm like, alright, lining this bitch up, estimating how much, leverage, how much speed, velocity, everything, approaching the jump site and launching across like a nigger frog. like one of those nigger frogs that you find in the rainforest that just be on the front cover of them leapfrog magazines. They be like, that's how you be looking. Just jumping across the bitch. Be like, that's a nigga for you, son. That's a nigga. Jump right over that motherfucker like it was nothing. So I'm lining myself up, and I start running. And right where I jumped at, I mean, I was smart. I thought I tested where I was, like where I decided where my launching site will be.
Yeah.
I stepped on it, to make sure it could hold the pressure, because when you about to jump, all that weight comes down, and if it's that soggy mud, you just gonna face plant right in that little river, and you be mad as hell. So I tested, it hold me. It had package behind it, so I'm like, all right. Backed up, start running. I jumped where I test. It was stiff enough for me to stand on, but it was actually water, just with a lot of sticks and stuff, built stacked up, so it was act like a little beaver dam or some shit. And I'm like, right when I jumped, and I feel how my foot just like gave out, and my body just was like my foot, like when you about to jump but you trip, so it's like that lazy ass. It was one of those, and I'm looking, I'm like, I'm going in the middle of this river, fuck. I landed, I'm thinking it was going to go like past my shoes, hit an ankle, right? That's how deep it looked. Motherfucker, I hit the bottom of that shit hit my knees. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, boom. In my head, I'm just over there like,
damn.
I fucked up my sneakers.
You weren't having a very good day, were you, buddy?
No, so then I had to climb out that shit, and then I had to walk past the real ditch you gotta cross. It's like this water channel, and the way you cross it, it got rocks stacked up, like a little dam to walk across. That shit was flooded. Like, you could roll a boat through that bitch. That's how flooded it was. Damn. I'm looking at that shit, and I'm like, okay, I see the one rock sticking out the water. I could, like, Superman one parkour jump on that bitch and jump off. And then I'm like, nah, fuck that. I risked that shit once already, and look what the fuck he got me. Took a few steps back, jumped. There was a tree branch that hung over. I grabbed that shit and Tarzan my ass across. Came back on the other side. I'm like, fuck that shit, nigga. Walking. I come out on the back of Harris Teeter, and I walk on the corner to cross the street. So, across the street, my strap starts to slip off. It was like one of those Nike book bags with the strings.
Yeah.
So one string started sliding. So I grabbed it and I slinged it up. Pause, click. I never screamed like a bitch so hard in my life. Alright, I'm gonna slow this down for y'all.
Okay.
So as I flicked, when you flick, you see movement out the corner of your eye? As I flicked my book bag forward, something flew off my shoulder. I thought it was like a leaf or something. I never screamed like a bitch so hard in my life. I had to say it twice so you would know. A big ass banana spider was on my motherfucking shoulder, and when I flinged it, he said boom, and then he started doing like this Superman James Bond sliding off the side of a building with a rope bungee cord attached to his foot. Oh, it's coming down. You see the web that's coming down, and he just sliding down like it was fun, and I was like. And like, if you was driving by, you would have just saw me freaking out. You'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with that nigga? Wait, I want to circle back for that one. Hold up. Shit, that shit made my day. Let me go back to work. Shit, wait till my niggas hear about this. Especially if you knew me, I did something that embarrassing, you would be like, right when I did that, automatic, I don't even know how, you would have miraculously recorded that. Clink! Got it. Like when you recording stuff and it just so happened you recording at the right time and you catch incredibly rare shit that you only find on YouTube with like 50 billion hits. It was one of those motherfuckers. And like literally, when I walked to Bojangles, I was feeling that web. I was acting like a little bitch the whole time. I'm like, yeah, talking to Mr. Joe. I'm like, ugh. motherfuckers. How would you feel a banana spider the length of my hand skydiving off your fucking shoulder?
Yo, I'd feel like a bitch too.
I'll fucking run like a bitch too. Fuck that.
And that's just the beginning, son. I gotta tell you about this time when this bitch drugged me. She popped the E-pill on my ass and fucked me.
Wait a minute, what?
She popped me an E-pill and fucked the shit out of me because I blacked out.
She fucked your unconscious body?
Well, I was conscious, but my mind wasn't conscious. You know, like when you drink and you black out and you wake up, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
One of those.
Why? Huh?
How you know you got the Evo?
Because when I'm gonna describe how I felt after I popped that, and you was like, yeah, that was. But I think you need to stop that one because this one gonna need its own video.